Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Morning. Hey, it's a really great day for Kansas State University in all sorts of ways. So it's back in 2016 when I was the interim president. We gathered at the president's residence and talked about the aspirations for a multicultural student center. And there'd been talk about that for a long time, but nothing really programmatically ever done. And so the folks that met that day, between faculty, staff, and students, decided that we're going to get this done. And that's less than 3 years ago. And here we are. We're about ready to dedicate this site and this structure, which, weather permitting, fundraising permitting, but those are going to permit, by the way, will be done by this time or next summer. So in about a year, you'll see a new structure here. Think about that. And I'd like to say it was easy, but it wasn't. It was really difficult. And you're going to hear from people that had a role all along the way here, but it took leadership from many elements of our campus to make this happen. Students, faculty, staff, senior administrators, the foundation, the Alumni Association, everybody played a role in making this happen. There was a very collaborative, very open effort with all those folks represented that took, golly, about a year to complete. Probably right, Pat? And everybody had to come with their ideas. Everybody had to learn the art of the compromise to get to where we are today. And you'll hear more about the donors, but I think the foundation is going to talk about, John Morse is going to talk about Jim Bob Morse, and I'll leave that to him. But we have 3 principal donors, all K-State graduates, all very invested in what we're doing here today. And that is to make sure people understand that Kansas State University, that we embrace diversity and we value inclusion. We've got to make our students ready for the global world they're going to enter and participate in. And this center will help us do that. There's a lot more to go. I mean, once we get the building, that's part of it. There's a lot more to go than just a building. It's what's going to happen inside that building. But forever here at Kansas State University, we're going to have a building that says, we do care. We want all students to come to Kansas State University that is consistent with our land-grant mission. Everybody is welcome, and we hope that's what this center will do. So without further ado, I mean, I couldn't be happier. There was some times since that summer of 16 to now, well, not to now, but to 6 months ago, I wasn't sure what direction this was eventually going to take. And it was going to take a direction that we could all be really proud of. And I think we're there. I think we're all really proud of this. So it is a great day for K-State, for our student body, for our faculty, for our staff, for our alumni, for our community. This is a testament to who we are in many ways. So without further ado, one of the people that had to guide this process and lead this process is none other than our Vice President for Student Life, Dean of Students, Pat Bosco. Now, he is the perfect person to do this because in his 5 decades of work, this project is no stranger to him. But his leadership, his energy, all the things that we know Pat brings to any problem that he tries to solve, he brought to this problem. And not just Pat alone. I'm sure there are others that you'll be introduced to, and I'm not going to try to go through all of them right now. I'll let that unfold. But Pat, we all know you're leaving this summer. I know there's a lot of things you're really proud of at Kansas State University. My guess is this would be one way high on that list because it was difficult. It took great leadership and great teamwork across our campus, things that we do pretty well here at Kansas State. But back to the leadership component, you were the one that led it. So everybody, Dr. Pat Bosco.
Thank you, President Myers. Yes, it's a special day, long time coming. I remember talking about a center in the 80s, in the 90s. We talked about a center 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but frankly, it took institutional will and leadership from President Myers to make it a reality. Not only was he making this a highest priority of his administration, but I don't think there was a phone call or a meeting I've had with him in the last 18 months where he's not mentioned what's the progress of the center. And our students know, particularly those who work so centrally with this project, that he was a strong advocate for the program, not only with donors, but for alumni, faculty, and staff. I greatly appreciate your leadership, sir, making this happen. This center is built on the shoulders of giants, men and women that serve this community in a lot of different ways. Students, faculty, administrators, alumni that are committed to making sure that we provide a voice of those that have no voice. We cannot make sure that we have to ensure, as the president mentioned, that this building, limestone and glass, located in a central location that's dedicated to student success, can't stand alone. We have to be committed to curriculum reform, need-based scholarships, to make sure that we continue to diversify our faculty, our staff, and our student body. And the climate of our campus continues to improve, that we're welcoming, and we're committed to diversity, inclusion, and equity at the highest level. That's critically important for us as we move forward. As we think in terms of this great project, we knew from the beginning it was going to be donor funded, that we were going to make sure that our donors knew the importance of a multicultural student center was to the future of our school. This project would not have been possible without a champion in the foundation. John Morris, as a senior vice president, was with us, several planning committees, rolled up his sleeves, understood the importance of this project to my students, to our faculty, staff, and alumni, and the culture of our school. John is here today to represent not only the KSU Foundation, but to visit with us a little bit about our donors, specifically our major donor. John Morris, Senior Vice President, KSU Foundation. John.
Thank you, Pat, and good morning. I'm thrilled to be with you this morning to dedicate the unveiling of this new building, and not just because I happen to share the last name with the name that's going to be on the front of this building, but as President Myers and Dr. Bosco mentioned, what's really exciting about this project, it is 100% made possible by the generosity of others. And I want to talk to you just briefly today about one of those people. That's Jim Bob Morris. So Jim Bob Morris, who's Jim Bob Morris? He is the definition of self-made. He's from small town Virgil, Kansas. He is of Cherokee Nation descent. He lost both of his parents at a very, very young age, was impoverished, was on welfare, and 15 miles from the nearest paved road. There was no pathway for him to succeed or to get out. Athletics provided him that opportunity, and since then he has seized every opportunity that came its way. Provided him a scholarship to Coffeyville Community College, which led to another opportunity for a scholarship here at Kansas State University, which led him to the opportunity to be in the NFL, to be a professional football player for almost 6 years, to take that opportunity and turn that into a business plan. He has since then grown an empire in Central Illinois of various businesses, very diversified, but seized every opportunity along the way and persisted every opportunity along the way. And I'll tell you what, he is very thrilled about this next opportunity to provide pathways and access for others, which is why this project aligned with him and why we are so honored to be naming this facility the Morris Family Multicultural Student Center. So thank you to Jim Bob, who's not here today, but he will be back. And thank you to the other generous donors. Thank you, President Myers, Dr. Bosco, for your leadership. It's a proud day for K-State. Thanks.
Taylor, come on up. We know we have a ways to go. We're almost in the finish line, and the second phase of our our donation program is to involve students, faculty, alumni, to give everyone a chance to contribute. And I'm so pleased we have a representative of our KSU Alumni Association to present a check that exemplifies what we need to do in terms of making sure we continue to have grassroots support. Taylor Bishaw was the homecoming intern, the Alumni Association. I see Amy Renz is here. Marcus is here as well. Why don't you come up and we'll go ahead and say a little bit about the project, and we'll go ahead and present the check. Go ahead, Taylor.
Good morning. My name is Taylor Beshore, and I was an intern for the Homecoming Committee last year. And on behalf of the 2018 Homecoming Committee and the Alumni Association, we would like to present the 2018 Homecoming Benefactor with a check of $10,000.
Oh, there went your notes, or somebody's notes. Awesome. Thank you all. Thank you. Jessica, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Are those yours?
I think they're...
I'll just take this off.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy Renz, Marcus Kidd, Jessica Elmore. We appreciate very much this. Jeez Louise. Jansen, are you next? Are you next? Is he next? Jansen Penny is our student body president, just elected recently from Burlington, Colorado. He's a junior in industrial engineering. We could not have this project without the advocacy of our Student Government Association. Jansen, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Bosco. I would say for all of us, this is a pretty exciting time to be a student here at Kansas State University. I know coming here freshman year, kind of similar to what President Myers mentioned, being a freshman, I was hearing all these different thoughts and ideas about a space of learning, working, and most importantly, bringing a sense of community to all students on campus. And from freshman year to now, seeing those conversations turned into committees, proposals turned into plans, and now the Multicultural Student Center turning into a reality. It's been a really awesome experience to see that through. I really think one of the biggest factors that has led to bringing this to fruition is our shared governance here at Kansas State University. Students, faculty, staff, the foundation, the surrounding community as well. Everyone really played their role, including Student Governing Association. Jordan Keel served as a student body president this past year, and I really want to commend her on her work in making this a priority in SGA and really utilizing her leadership and bringing this to fruition as well. But I think one of the most important opportunities is, as we stand here celebrating our successes, also being able to reflect and look into the future of continuous areas of improvement that we have to do around here. I know for me, I don't see this as an end, but rather a beginning of all the work that we still have to do involving diversity and inclusion here on campus. But lastly, I want to give a big thank you to all the students, especially who played a role in this. Many of you are here today, and I think this is one of the best legacies that we all can leave here at K-State, knowing that tens of thousands of students are going to be able to physically see and have a physical presence of this place of community for all students here. So thank you guys very much. Dr. Bosco, thank you.
Thank you, Jansen. I first met Adrian Rodriguez when he was Vice President Dean at Butler County Community College. That was nearly 15 years ago. I watched him as a colleague promote diversity and inclusion on the community college campus and spread that kind of leadership throughout the state. Later, he went on to be Vice President Dean at Tarrant Community College in downtown Fort Worth, where also he led diversity and inclusion efforts at that urban community college, but also spread the message throughout the state of Texas, throughout the region, and became a national leader to diversity and inclusion. When I had a chance to interview, along with our university administration, faculty, and staff, a chance to hire an associate vice president specifically to bring leadership to our student initiatives, I'm just so pleased to have attracted Adrian. He's been the engine behind this entire project, tirelessly working with our students, our staff, our faculty, with donors to make sure this project has all the ingredients that will make it successful. I look around this gathering, and I'm very pleased to have so many of our students that gave us a voice to make this project possible. Adrian, thank you for your hard work, your leadership. We would not be here today without it. Adrian Rodriguez, our Associate Vice President.
Thank you, Dean Bosco. You're exactly right. I'm looking around this gathering, and I see so many individuals, so many champions for the incredible work that we do. And as you mentioned some of the places I've been, this place right here at Kansas State University is truly unique for the work that we do and the amazing champions that we have all across this great academy. Our students, thank you. All of our students here, this would not be possible, I promise you, if you did not stay honest, keep us honest about this, keep working, and keep us focused on our diversity and inclusion work. This is a huge step for us today. And as you said, Jansen, this is the beginning, right? A building doesn't solve all issues. It doesn't fully move us towards social justice and equity. And as we're on this success agenda, it's really the work that we do from this point forward, right? And so I'm just so amazed and blessed to be around so many amazing individuals making this possible today. And so thank you to all of you. As Dean Bosco said, this is really on the shoulder of giants. Many people over the years, for quite some time now, have had this vision and had this spirit to do this great work. And that's why we're all gathered here today. And that's many of our multicultural student organizations, BSU, HALO, NOMAS, Manners, all of our groups, ASU, NASA, I could keep naming because they've been so diligent in their efforts to push us forward. And so it's a culmination of efforts that has us here today. And so I thank them. I thank those visionary leaders that have kept propelling us. I thank the Multicultural Center Planning Group, led by Brian Davis, Dr. Kamathi Choma, Dr. Mary Toller, who did some amazing work that, again, we would not be here if it wasn't for the work that they did. That led us to last year, to our MC Project Action Team, a team of 34 plus. I feel like it's growing every day because we keep adding critical stakeholders, critical people to this effort. And so we have over 12 students, faculty, staff, community members, of course, our great KSU Foundation and Alumni Center team working with us. And that, again, is why we're here today, because of that coalition building, that constant yearning to make this possible. And so we thank them, the foundation, of course, John Morris, Greg Willems, Greg Lawrence, who's been with us throughout this project. Of course, our K-State Alumni Association, Dr. Elmore, Amy Button-Rentz, and the Homecoming Committee. Thank you for making us your benefactor for the 5K run. Of course, our facilities and planning team, Ryan Swanson, our resident architect, who took us around to 7 sites this past summer, looking at what would work, whether they were ground up or retrofitting or renovating facilities. Of course, Jack Carlson and Cindy Bontrager, and our KSU Student Union and Union Governing Board. Corey Williamson, I see Craig and Greg and team, all of which have made this possible today. We've got great partners in our community partners and contractors in Hollis Miller Architects, Albert Ray and his team, of course, McCown Gordon Construction, Barry Schmidt and team, Smith and Boucher, our mechanical and electrical engineers, and many other engineers and technical experts that help to make this possible. And so with all of this work, all of this collaboration, we have construction right around the corner. And so with that final fundraising pending, we're looking for the earliest construction start date as July 22nd, 2019. That's right around the corner this summer. And so with that taking place this summer, and many of our students either on education abroad trips or away from campus during the summer, we wanted to bring us all together to celebrate with our students and with the community that has made this possible. In a 12-month aggressive timeline, again, weather permitting, financials permitting, we'd be looking at a July 1 opening and occupancy date, 2020. So with that being said, I'd like to invite a couple of very important individuals, two student members of our MC Project Action Team that have worked diligently to move us along and to make this possible today. And so I'd like to invite up with me Delshay Roberts, our president of BSU, and Monica Romero, our president of HALO. Please join me.
Good morning, everyone. As Adrian mentioned, my name is Delshay Roberts, and I am the president of the Black Student Union. And before I would like to start, I would just like for us to right now pay tribute to those visionary leaders who came before me to make this even possible. So if we could right now, just give them all a round of applause. So I would like to say on behalf of the Black community and all multicultural students, we are very excited for the positive change and growth that the Multicultural Student Center will bring, the Morris Family Multicultural Student Center will bring to campus. I believe that this center will serve for cross-cultural learning and growth. And I would just like to say on behalf of the Black Student Union, we are ready to finish the work that has been started, and we are willing to do whatever is needed. So thank you.
Thank you, Delshay. My name is Monica Romero, and I am the president of HALO. And again, I want to thank the people before us, all the generations before us that have worked tirelessly to make this happen. And in under a year, our work has been done because of them. So thank you to them. As a part of the Hispanic and Latinx community, we want to thank K-State for their initiatives towards diversity and inclusion. And I think the center will really serve as a place for students to come and get resources, cultural development, and find a new home. So again, thank you and go Cats.
At this time, I'd like to invite our students, President Myers, Dean Bosco, to come around to our construction sign here for the unveiling. If I could get some of our other students that are with us, Hillary, if you can join as part of the MC Project Action Team, and some of our other students that are with us, if you don't mind joining us up here at the sign, please. All right.
Come on up. Here's Michael. I saw Michael here somewhere. Michael, come on up, Michael. Brandon.
Michael Lakin, come on up. All right. I think Pat can reach that. Clark, can you reach that one? Okay, she's got it. Hey, how are you doing, Tristan?
Please help yourself. We want everyone to be part of this. It's been a long time coming. Dr. Grimes, help me out. Dr. Grimes. Oh, we got someone at the top.
All right. Yes, and we got to get some on that bottom middle clip too there. Can someone, Monica, there you go. All right, let's go.
We promised a building like no other on the campus, limestone and glass. I'm so pleased to have so many members of our academic community, our student life family, our alumni here. It's important we recognize that this facility is for every student. All alumni, it's a celebration of our commitment to the land-grant mission, diversity, inclusion, equity, and opportunity for all. That concludes our ceremony. I want to make sure that we have plenty of pictures, so my understanding is we want to make sure that we have as many people come forward and get a picture around our rendering. God bless you all. Go Cats.